Hey viewers, welcome to another game as a casual pro gamer. Today we're doing a Fnatic game. So I found this gameplay on my hard disk, or rather this replay, because this is an actual replay. And I'm not sure who we're going to go with. Normally it would be the Mellisan. Yeah, it is. So we are going to run with the support here. And this is an actual tournament game. So yeah, we will be able to see some actual real pro gameplay if we're lucky. If we're unlucky, they're going to lose very hard, and we're going to see some very crappy gameplay. But I'm going to upload it either way. So yeah, not spoiling anything yet. So this is not the most recent patch. It is actually quite old. It is about 2 months old, I think, maybe 3. Meaning that the compositions or the current compositions might be different. So we see Alistar in mid lane here, which is a surprising choice to say the least. Vladimir in top lane, well, which is a normal choice, I guess. It's not super strong, but it's definitely strong enough. The Soraka with Ezreal bottom lane, which is decently strong. It's not like the greatest, but it's definitely not weak. And Shyvana in the jungle, which is of course a very good choice, because you can do a whole lot with that. So Shyvana is going up against Udyr, and that is going to be the most important matchup of this game. Because if she can hold the Udyr off from his farm, make sure that he doesn't get any of the farm that he needs, she can she can protect her teammates by that, and yeah, that would make a real big difference in the game. Otherwise, yeah, Sivir, Sona against Ezreal, Soraka, both of them should be just farming all game long, and in the late game, whoever comes out ahead, well, yeah, I think both of them will do pretty well. And yeah, whoever gets the best positioning in a team fight, the best protection in a team fight, will be the one coming out of that with the win. So I don't think that either one of them will die in this team fighting phase. In this laning phase. Because, well, both of them have a strong healer with them, and although Sona is definitely more of a threat than Soraka is, Ezreal is more of a harasser than Sivir, because Sivir requires a lot of mana to harass, whereas Ezreal really doesn't. So I guess if Ezreal can keep the Sona at bay, if he can keep her away from from the harassment, so making sure that she cannot harass, then this should be a pretty even laning phase. And I think that they both will just get a lot of minions before doing anything else. Anyhow, we see 2 on the heal, 1 on the mana regen, and we see some interesting ward spots, 1 over here, 1 over here. This one is here to protect the mid lane from this gank, or from the jungle invade, or even this gank. This one protects the bottom lane from this gank and this gank, while this first one also protects the bottom lane from the gank through the river. So 2 very well placed wards, and yeah, you could see Udyr walking through that, and yeah, he got spotted definitely by one of the teammates, or at least one person on the team. So I'm pretty sure there will be no talking in the chat here, unless it's cross team. So unless they are talking to the enemy team, but yeah, not a lot will happen. And oh, first blood there. Not a lot will happen in the chat box because they are probably all on Skype together or TeamSpeak or whatever it is called for them, well, whatever they are on. Since this is an actual tournament. And yeah, in the regular what are they called, ranked teams, they are already normally on TeamSpeak together or something like that. But in this case, for sure, landing that Q there, that is quite decent range. It's also a nice bonus if you get some damage done for free. Obviously, it's not a big deal because Sona can actually, yeah, just heal up while she's healing up the carry. But as you can see, she lost a little bit of health there. But both of the supports at full mana, and that is a pretty big deal because as soon as your support runs out of mana, you're going to be in some real trouble. So we see this guy probably warding. I didn't see the ward go down, but that's because I wasn't really paying attention to that. Placing a new ward over here, which is your main spot to ward. If you're in on the blue side of the purple side, never mind, the purple side. It has the blue health bars, but it's still the purple side, as you can clearly see from the minions. So if you're on the purple side of the map, you should ward the tribush or this spot. This spot is actually a little bit better because then with one ward you can see both ganking paths. And a really nice spell shield there from Sivir, making sure that she can keep up the mana, the high mana she had, as well as not take any damage from that Q. So now the wards near the mid lane actually timed out, and because of that the enemy team might be able to get a gank off. So the jungler is holding off top lane while we see our mid laner here just farming along. So two guys going for dragon, it seems, or blue buff, one of the two. And that was a horrible CV, by the way. It should have gone over here. That way he could see the bush, the blue buff, as well as whether or not they are walking into that. So this time they should well, conclude from this that the enemy team went for dragon, and apparently they are not strong enough to go for that, because there is no movement at all from Team Fnatic into that direction. And both of them at fairly low mana now, so that kind of tells you that they went for dragon. So that's about a little over 8 minutes. It's a pretty quick dragon. It is also, yeah, it is very useful to go for that really early on, obviously, because the 1000 gold it gives your team is a big advantage. But yeah, what did the Fnatic team do in the meantime? Well, top lane lost about 2 minion waves, mid lane lost I think a minion wave, and bottom lane lost a minion wave. So is that really worth it? Plus of course we have the jungler that is also there, and although they got a free dragon, there was no interference at all. It is still, yeah, it's still hard to deal with the gold you lose because of that, although the 1000 gold definitely makes up for those minions lost. But yeah, top lane lost a little bit too much, and I think no, they took very little damage to the turret, never mind. I thought there would be more damage done to the turret, but yeah, we saw Vladimir back off really early on that. So the first gold item, Philosopher's Stone, now on the supports. Bought 2 more wards, one of them already placed. And yeah, a wasted spell shield this time on Sivir, and a really aggressive. Oh, they go really aggressive here on the 2 bot laners, and they still might die. But Sivir is going to die there. There we go. nicely played on both teams' sides actually, because Ezreal first made the mistake of going in way too far, and then they went in too aggressively, but Ezreal flashed out of that just in time to avoid, or maybe he shifted out of it. Just in time to avoid the ultimate from Sona, so Sona caught this Soraka, and Soraka actually managing to get out of that with her ultimate, or using her ultimate, and they get a free kill on the AD carry, which is a big deal. So Sona obviously going to try to do some damage here to the minions, going to try to pick off some of the minions, and that was a wrong heal. That heal should have gone on this guy, who doesn't have a whole lot of lifesteal yet. So Sona taking quite a bit of damage there from the Ezreal, and Sivir taking very good placement there on, well, behind her minions, making sure that the Q at least cannot hit her. And yeah, that is exactly what you need to do. Although with the Sheen on Ezreal, probably the basic attack is doing more damage than the Q. But yeah, avoiding the basic attack is much easier than avoiding the Q, because the Q has longer range, is quicker, and well, it can actually be dodged. So as long as you keep out of range, the basic attack shouldn't be a problem. And we see Sushi coming in here. It is probably warded someplace, not actually sure. Somebody... No. It is warded, but they just stood on this side of the turret, so nobody could see them. And Alistar is coming back in here. Oh, the ward just timed out apparently. So going really aggressive on this Sona, and this might actually be it. That ultimate was used just to get the extra attack damage. And there you go. Getting the easy kill, but now he doesn't have the ultimate anymore. So although it was, or it did result in a kill, it was probably not the right way to use that. Because I don't think he got hit by the ultimate from Sona. But yeah, Alistar picking up one kill and then giving away a kill. So all in all, not a bad trade, because well, they were tower diving, so they would expect to come out, or to not come out ahead there, because they're not really ahead to begin with. It's 4-6 and they're one dragon behind. They might actually be going for enemy blue here. Yep. So enemy picks up that blue, and this blue is gone as well. So yeah, enemy team doing a good job. And immediately writing that down in the chat. So yeah, that was quite a big loss, I would say. Losing the blue on top of the kill. I mean, they had that one kill and then they gave away a kill and a blue. And now it is time for Dragon once again. And I don't know who she was fighting, but she got out with her ultimate, and the ultimate will be up soon enough. So enemy team going for Dragon here, and there's not a whole lot they can do about it, I feel. Because it is 4 versus 3. And now it's 4 versus 4. Oh, it's actually 5 versus 4. And Alistar taking out the Sona, but that is not the one you need to focus. You need to focus one of the damage dealers. And the enemy team catching Soraka off guard there. So now it is again a 5 versus 4. A lot of damage going down on Vladimir right away, but also on the Cassiopeia. And wow, Everyone gets taken out here. Shyvana and Ezreal dying as well. So, yeah, only Alistar still alive. And he is over here. He's not going to die. Oh, come on, stupid mouse. Really need a new mouse, but the computer store is so far away. Anyhow, yeah, I need to order one through the internet, I guess. But that is way easier, and I can get a better mouse because the computer store here is pretty lame. You cannot get anything decent, and yeah, that is kind of a disappointment. So every time I want something good, I have to order it off of the internet. Anyhow, yeah, I've been doing a lot of non-League of Legends stuff. I know a lot of you enjoy that. I also know some of you don't enjoy that at all. And yeah, that's why today is going to be, or is going to have, a couple of League of Legends commentaries. I think 3. This should be okay. This one is the pro commentary. I'm going to do one, or at least one, games from viewers, and the other one I don't know yet. Depends on what I have available. Maybe a stream, maybe another Fnatic replay, because I have plenty. Depends on how good this game is, I guess. And yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the third place finals from the tournament, and I think it's a Go4LoL tournament, but yeah, that doesn't really mean anything. There are monthly tournaments of that. So anyway, it is it means that both teams are pretty good, and yeah, it also means that they are playing for probably money, or at least, well, they're playing for a goal. It is not like they're playing just for the fun of it. So they are try-harding here, and that doesn't happen a lot in the replays I review from pro players or the streams or whatever. But this time they are actually try-harding. They need to win this in order to clinch third place. So Alistar getting focused by the AD carry and the support, and actually going down to the support here. Ah, so sad. And yeah, well, there's not a whole lot that could happen there. He could have used his ultimate a lot earlier than that, preventing more damage, but then the Sona would have ulted him, and that would have resulted in a stun, which meant he would take more damage. So that he was waiting in this case for the stun, and once the stun went down he wanted to ult, but the stun didn't come because Sona knew he was waiting for that. So the longer she avoided stunning him, the better it was for them, the more damage she took. And all in all, not a really good situation for Alistar to be in. So the enemy takes out the blue once more, and I think only one blue has gone to their team, and that was the first one. And even that I'm not really sure of, because the jungler started at red. So at least this starts off okay with 1 kill, but then they lose 2, and they may actually lose a third one here. But Alistar has too much CC. Ooh, almost going down. Oh, he does go down. And he does have his ultimate up. That is kind of sad. So, really? You're going to take down this turret? Yeah, with all of them, they should be able to take down this turret. At least do a good amount of damage to it, and then wait for the next minion wave to come in. But the next minion wave is still pretty long way out. And oh, she didn't get hit. That's a shame. So yeah, they lost, I would say, about half the turret. Yeah, well, if this is correct, 1400 out of 2500, so they lost about 1100 hit points on that turret. It's not a big deal. I mean, these turrets are mainly there for in the late game. They're mainly there until someone pushes them, because everyone can kill the turret with one minion wave in the late game. Even the support. Well, I guess the support will need a little more than one minion wave. But yeah, turrets, especially the outer turrets, well, the first turret, are pretty useless in the end game, because you can no longer defend them. They're too far away from your base and from the other objectives. And yeah, so they stay alive as long as people don't want to kill them. So your tactics should revolve around making sure that your enemy doesn't want to kill your turret, because they need to defend somewhere else on the map. So currently they are trying to catch off one of the enemies, and that's exactly what happened there. But Alistar is getting really low, and then this Vladimir also goes down immediately. And yeah, now everyone is in some trouble, because, well, as you can see, this guy is getting killed here. There's no way she can get out. That's such a shame. And Ezreal trying to clear as much of the minion wave as possible, but not managing to do a whole lot with his ultimate there, because he went for Trinity Force and not for actual attack damage. So still not a very effective fighter. Yeah, he needs to have a lot of attack damage to make a difference in his skills, especially his ultimate. But you can do it, of course. Not if you go for and we see skateboarding going on here. It's such an annoying bug. It has something to do with well, it gets triggered by you getting a speed buff and then dying or something like that. It has something to do with a speed buff or slow, and then something happens to you that makes, well, that makes you skateboard, so that no longer triggers the walking animation, and then you go sliding like this. But yeah, they should just build something that resets that like once every 10 seconds or something. I don't know. And Dragon already taken out, a ward being placed, and they should be able to join the rest of the team here. Don't know where she's going, but she's taking the long way around, I guess. Alistar in the meantime just continues on farming. Let's see how he did. He is 80 versus 109, so maybe not the best choice for a mid-champion. I wouldn't say he was a good choice, but at least he has a lot of CC. But he's more of a CC champion, not so much damage dealing champion. But I guess that's kind of the style that Sushi likes, getting the strange champions in mid, because he thinks he can pull it off. Ooh, getting out of there! Wow, really low. Really low health and still getting out of there because nobody chased her, at least not for the beginning, and now she might actually be able to go home. Yeah, here she should be safe. Nobody expects her to be here. The enemy team in the meantime is going for Baron, a heal going down, and they should be able to take this. Unless Ezreal is still alive. Ezreal is still alive, and they may actually be able to steal this. No? No, not even an attempt by... oh! Hang on. I was waiting for the Ezreal ultimate to come in, but it was just Shyvana coming in and stealing that. With her smite, probably. I didn't even see her because, well, I didn't expect her to come in like this. Yeah. Anyway, they got Baron, which makes a huge difference, and they're going to get an Oracles here. Wow, a kill plus Oracles. That is a really big boon to this team, who were losing very horribly up till now. I mean, it's 8-20, so it was 7-20 before that kill. Yeah, a Baron plus a kill with Oracles changes that around, and hopefully for them, they will be able to now utilize that Baron buff, because the Baron buff is worth about 5 kills on its own. Well, the Baron is worth about 5 kills on its own. And the Baron buff is worth probably another 3 or 4 kills. So in the end, yeah, that is a huge amount of gold, and well, the strength you get from the Baron buff, which 4 people still have. I mean, Shyvana died because she stole it, and the whole team was following her, but she did a good job there securing that Baron, and that makes them so strong that they can actually push this even though they're so far behind. And it is now 9-20, so they got 2 kills plus a turret out of that, and they're going to steal this blue buff, because obviously nobody is going to contest that with a whole team here that has Baron buff. Well, except for Shyvana, as I said. But Shyvana definitely playing a good game there. So, Alistar going stupid crazy there. Yeah, that was too aggressive, which means that he couldn't really protect his team anymore, and almost losing the Vladimir. Actually losing the Vladimir, but they do get a kill back for it. Udyr going really low. Oh, missing the pulverize there, and I think they missed the kill. Oh, they do get this kill, but they missed the kill on the poison girly. Come on, Cassiopeia. They missed the kill on Cassiopeia, and that was definitely Suchet's fault. As always, he plays too sloppy and loses kills because of that. Also, he loses entire games because of that. He tries to be do these crazy ass things, and yeah, that's not very good for your team. In the end, they do win that team fight. I think that was 2-1. But yeah, it's now 11-21. But it means that they did lose one guy with Baron buff. So Baron buff still has about 40 seconds on it. Every quarter is 1 minute. So just in case you didn't know, it's 4 minutes. So every quarter of the clock that's on it is 1 minute. So they can do one more attack on like this bottom turret, and then Baron buff will time out. It would be smart for them, obviously, to go in for one more fight, because now they have this huge boost in AP, and all kinds of goodies. You get AP, health. I don't know. Let's see. Health and mana regeneration, increased attack damage, and ability power. So you get everything except for movement speed. And of course, Spell Vamp and Lifesteal. But Spell Vamp and Lifesteal are overpowered anyway, so yeah, that would make this Baron buff even, a little bit too crazy, even for Riot. And it would be great if Dragon had a buff as well, just like in the 3v3s. So a small buff, but still a significant buff, because that would mean that teams like CLG would have to go for Dragon and have to contest it a little bit more. And oh yeah, she's dead. So it starts off with 2 kills here for Vladimir. Oh, an excellent ultimate there by Cassiopeia. Is he going to die? No, she's actually still alive. Vladimir might actually die here, but no. Oh yeah, he does go down to the poison. So they do lose 3 for 3, I think. Yeah, 3 for 3. And it means that the AP carries are still alive and both of the supports are still alive. And yeah, none of them now want to fight because, with Soraka really low and Alistar there. Yeah, Alistar can still fight, but he really doesn't want to engage the enemy team here. And he is going to get a little bit of damage done because of his innate ability, making him better against turrets and such, or well, rather giving him extra damage to turrets, and he can also run through the minions. So I wonder if he's going to get out of this, because I'm thinking no. But he might be able to. It depends on who's coming. Nobody's coming from his team. And yeah, so he stayed in a little bit too long. And yeah, getting a little bit too crazy once again, giving a kill to the enemies that they didn't really deserve or shouldn't really get. Excellent. We saw her just attack the air. This system, man, this replay system. Crazy things everywhere. So the bottom turret is still alive, but yeah, Nidalee wants to, well, change that. So they almost suicided in earlier in this game to get this down to, well, 1400 I think, or 1600, something like that. But yeah, it didn't really. It's for 1400 I think. It didn't really suffer a whole lot of damage since then, and that means that, well, actually, that wasn't really worth it. But yeah, as you could see, that Baron buff they got, that is bringing them back into the game. It's now 14 to 25. They're still way behind, but at least they're still in the game. Had the enemy gotten that Baron buff, it would have made such a big difference. It would have been a 3000 gold difference, and yeah, that would have been huge. So taking down a ward there just to make sure that they do have a path to run to, and they are going to go straight in. And are they going to pick off this Nidalee? Yes, she does die, but Ezreal dies as well. I think this dude should die as well. No, he is going to get out. And yeah, the support is going to die. And I don't know who was left. Oh, that was Sivir. Sivir actually dying. Oh, and not getting the pulverize off there. Yeah, that means he loses another kill there for his team. They're going to get this turret and probably going to get the bottom turret plus 2 inhibitors, or maybe just finish the game because only Udyr is still alive, and he is not the best defender against this enemy team because, well, he is tanky, but yeah, he cannot really deal with multiple enemies, and especially because he has to let Shyvana go, because Shyvana is just too tanky for him to handle on his own. With Nidalee there, becomes a little more into their favor, but Nidalee does not have a good build to deal with anything. I don't know what this build is, but it is definitely crap on a stick. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't give you the huge attack damage, it doesn't give you the huge AP, it basically does nothing. And the enemy surrenders. That was a pretty awesome win actually. Didn't expect them to win at all, until they got that Baron buff and actually could use that for some goodies. But this was definitely a mistake on the enemy's part. They should have never gone for that Baron or warded better, because this shouldn't happen. If you're this far ahead, there is no way you should lose that. They shouldn't even have lost that Baron, let alone the whole game. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.